So hi, so let me ask you something powerful. What if money was no longer something you chase, but something you attract? What if wealth flowed into your life so abundantly, so effortlessly, that you couldn't even spend it all? That's not a fantasy. That can be your reality. But first, you have to shift your mindset. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Let's be clear, this isn't about greed. This is about overflow, about freedom. When you have more money than you can spend, you stop stressing over bills. You stop fearing the future. You start helping others. You start making moves not based on survival, but based on service, passion, and purpose. I am a magnet for wealth. I am aligned with abundance. Money flows to me in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis. And now go out there and live like it's already yours. Because when you align your energy, your purpose, and your mindset, you won't just attract money. You'll attract more than you can spend, and that's real freedom. The way we think about money shapes the way money shows up in our lives. If you constantly believe that there's not enough, that you're always behind, or that you're barely getting by, you're programming your mind to attract more scarcity. Thoughts are not just harmless passing ideas, they are instructions to your subconscious mind. If you're constantly telling yourself, I can't afford this, or money is tight, then your brain seeks to validate those thoughts by finding ways to make them true. That's why the first step in attracting more money than you can spend is shifting your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Scarcity mindset is like a virus. It spreads through every area of your life. It makes you cautious, fearful, hesitant, and even resentful. You start seeing successful people not as inspiration, but as reminders of what you think you lack. You become afraid to invest, afraid to take risks, and afraid to believe that more is possible for you. The danger is not just in being broke, it's in thinking that being broke is a permanent identity rather than a temporary situation. But when you begin shifting from scarcity to abundance, the entire landscape of your life starts to change. Instead of seeing problems, you start noticing opportunities. Instead of saying, I can't, you begin asking, how can that small mental shift opens up channels of creativity and resourcefulness within you that were previously blocked by fear and doubt. The reality is, abundance is already all around you, but you'll never see it if your inner vision is clouded by thoughts of lack. Start by changing your language. Words are powerful. Every time you say, I'm broke, I'm struggling, or I'll never get ahead, you're reinforcing a belief system that keeps you stuck. Replace those phrases with empowering ones, even if you don't fully believe them at first. Say things like, money flows to me, I'm open to abundance, or I always find a way to succeed. Your subconscious mind listens to repetition, and over time, it will begin to believe what you consistently say. And once your beliefs begin to shift, your behaviors follow. It's not about pretending you're rich or living beyond your means. It's about aligning your thoughts with the version of yourself that is already wealthy. When you operate from a place of abundance, you make smarter decisions. You're not desperate, so you don't chase quick fixes or fall for get-rich-quick schemes. You trust the process. You invest in growth. You focus on long-term value instead of short-term survival. One of the most powerful practices you can adopt is gratitude. Gratitude is the gateway to abundance. When you appreciate what you have, you signal to the universe that you're ready for more. If you're constantly complaining about your financial situation, you create resistance to wealth. But when you show gratitude for every dollar you earn, every bill you're able to pay, and every opportunity that comes your way, you create a magnetic energy that attracts more of the same. Visualization is another tool to shift your mindset. Close your eyes and imagine yourself living your ideal financial life. See yourself walking through your dream home, paying off your debts, giving generously, and experiencing true financial freedom. Don't just see it, feel it. What does it feel like to wake up without worry? To buy what you need without hesitation, to know that you have more than enough. That feeling is the energy of abundance, and when you feel it consistently, your reality begins to align with it. You must also guard your environment. If you're surrounded by people who constantly talk about how hard life is, how expensive everything is, or how people like us never get rich, you're absorbing those beliefs, even unconsciously. Surround yourself with abundance-minded individuals. Read books that expand your vision. Listen to podcasts that empower you. Fill your mind with messages that support your growth. What you feed your mind shapes your world. Another key is to stop comparing your journey to others. Comparison is a thief of joy and a destroyer of progress. When you see someone else winning, celebrate them. Their success doesn't take anything away from you. In fact, it's proof that success is possible. And if it's possible for them, it's possible for you. But your path will look different, and that's okay. Focus on your lane and trust that your time will come as long as you keep moving forward. Scarcity makes you think in terms of survival, while abundance allows you to think in terms of legacy. Don't just think about making enough money to get by. Think about making enough to give, to build, to create, to impact others. When your vision expands beyond your own needs, your capacity to receive also expands. Money doesn't just go to those who want it. It flows to those who are ready for it, those who have a purpose for it, who know how to multiply it, and who are emotionally mature enough to handle it.
Lastly, understand that shifting from scarcity to abundance is not a one-time event. It's a daily practice. Every day you will be challenged by circumstances, people, and even your own old patterns. But each time you choose faith over fear, each time you choose gratitude over complaining, and each time you affirm abundance over lack, you are reprogramming your mind for prosperity.
This transformation begins with belief. If you can believe that more is possible for you, you've already won half the battle. From that belief, your thoughts change. From those thoughts, your decisions change. From your decisions, your life changes. And suddenly you find yourself not just earning more, but attracting more than you thought possible, more than you can spend. It all starts within you. Shift your mindset, and your money will follow. Money at its core is energy. It moves, it flows. It's in constant circulation, and like any form of energy, it responds to the signals we send out, our beliefs, our thoughts, our emotions, and especially our focus. If you want to attract more money into your life, then it's crucial to understand this. Where your attention goes, energy flows. And if your attention is constantly locked on what you don't have, what's going wrong and what's missing, then you're unconsciously pushing money away from you. Think about this carefully. Most people focus far too much on their problems, their debts, and their limitations. They wake up already stressed about bills. They talk about money like it's the enemy. They're constantly repeating thoughts like I never have enough, it's too expensive, or I can't catch a break. These thoughts may seem harmless, but they're powerful affirmations and not the kind you want to keep repeating. Because every time you think them, say them, or believe them, you're feeding energy into the wrong direction. Focusing on lack doesn't create abundance. It reinforces your current financial reality. You start noticing more evidence of scarcity. The unpaid bills, the low balance in your account, the missed opportunities. Your brain, in a state of fear and stress, becomes reactive instead of creative. It stops searching for solutions and starts shutting down your potential. You get trapped in a cycle, one where money is always out of reach, no matter how hard you try. To break this cycle, you must redirect your focus. Shift your attention from what's missing to what's possible, from what you lack to what you're capable of creating. This is not about ignoring reality. It's about choosing to focus on the aspects of reality that empower you. You can acknowledge your current challenges without becoming emotionally attached to them. You can be honest about your finances and still be hopeful and determined about your future. You need to train your mind to see money as a flow that you can tap into rather than a fixed amount you must compete for. When you start focusing on opportunity, abundance, and value creation, everything begins to change. You begin to notice new ideas, new solutions, new paths. Your creative energy starts flowing, and with it, money follows. Energy responds to clarity and intention. If you're vague about your desires, or if your thoughts are all over the place, money won't know where to go. You have to focus with precision, set clear financial goals, visualize what your life looks like with more money than you can spend. Be specific. What kind of home do you live in? What causes do you support? What kind of lifestyle do you enjoy? The clearer your vision, the stronger your focus becomes. And when your focus is strong, the energy around you starts to align with it. This is where intention becomes a game changer. Intention turns random thoughts into powerful declarations. When you wake up each morning and declare, today I attract money-making ideas. Today I will provide value that brings income. Today I move closer to financial overflow. You're not just speaking empty words. You are programming your subconscious to look for and act on opportunities that match that intention. And make no mistake, opportunities are everywhere. But most people are too distracted to see them. They're too busy worrying, scrolling, complaining, or comparing themselves to others. Focus is rare in a world full of noise. But when you train your focus like a muscle, when you deliberately choose to think empowering thoughts, study wealth-building habits, and surround yourself with abundance-minded people, you stand out. And when you stand out, Opportunities are drawn to you. Let's also talk about attention in the digital age. Social media, news cycles, and constant notifications are robbing you of the most valuable currency you have, your focus. If you're spending hours each day being pulled into drama, negativity, or comparison, you're depleting the very energy you need to attract wealth. Protect your focus. Be mindful of what you consume, who you listen to, and where your time is spent. These small daily choices compound into major financial outcomes over time. Another key part of focus is the emotional state behind it. You must cultivate positive emotional energy while directing your attention. This means practicing gratitude even when things aren't perfect. It means celebrating small wins. It means choosing to feel prosperous before you see the evidence of prosperity. That feeling of wealth is what attracts more wealth. You don't wait for money to show up before feeling successful. You feel successful now, and money becomes the byproduct. And this isn't just spiritual fluff. It's rooted in neuroscience. When you focus on abundance with a sense of excitement and possibility, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which boost motivation, clarity, and resilience. You're more likely to take inspired action, notice new connections, and follow through on your ideas. That's how energy flows in your favor, because your focus directs it. The most powerful people in the world have mastered the ability to control their attention. They don't waste time worrying about things they can't control. They don't let the opinions of others distract them. They stay rooted in their mission and centered in their vision. And as a result, they consistently attract wealth, opportunities, and partnerships. Now ask yourself, what has your focus been on lately? Is it on what you can't afford? Or is it on the value you can create? Is it on the fear of going broke? Or is it on the potential for overflow? Start tracking your dominant thoughts. Write them down. Question them. Replace the ones that disempower you with new focused affirmations that align with the future you want. Say things like, I focus only on solutions and growth. I attract financial opportunities every day, and my attention creates my reality. And I choose to focus on wealth. Abundance is all around me, and I see it more clearly each day. Your life is the result of where your focus has been. And if you want a new result, it starts with a new focus. Money flows to those who know how to direct their energy with intention. Focus is your financial steering wheel. Use it wisely, and you'll go farther than you ever imagined. Because when your focus shifts, your energy shifts. When your energy shifts, your habits change. And when your habits change, your life transforms. You stop chasing money, and instead, money starts chasing you. It flows where it's respected, where it's valued, and most importantly, where it's invited. And the invitation starts with your focus. Money is not just a goal, and it's not just a number in your bank account. It is a direct reflection of the value you bring to the world. If you want to attract more money than you can spend, the first thing you need to ask yourself is not, how do I get more money? But rather, how can I become more valuable? The truth is simple but powerful. Income follows impact. The more value you offer, the more you become a magnet for financial opportunity. Value is not determined by your job title, your background, or your circumstances. It's defined by the problems you solve, the service you provide, and the way you show up in the marketplace. Every successful person, whether they are a business owner, an artist, a teacher, or an investor, has figured out how to provide value consistently. They've identified a need and made themselves part of the solution, and in return, money flows to them not as a gift, but as a reward for their contribution. If you want to increase your income, start with a clear and honest self-assessment. What skills do you have? What problems can you solve? What do people often come to you for? Are you maximizing your potential or just doing enough to get by? Too many people want millionaire income. While putting in minimum effort, that's not how wealth works. Wealth is attracted to excellence, to mastery, to commitment. You need to be so good at what you do that people can't ignore you. Start sharpening your skills. In today's economy, skills are currency. The more you learn, the more you earn. You don't need to go back to school or get a fancy degree to be valuable. You need to become a student of life, constantly learning, improving, and leveling up. Read books, take courses, study the people who are already successful in your field. Learn how to communicate, how to market, how to lead, how to sell, how to manage your emotions and your energy. These are high-value skills that pay off over and over again. But learning isn't enough. You have to apply what you know. You have to turn information into transformation. It's not what you know that makes you wealthy. It's what you do with what you know. Action creates traction. Every step you take to improve your craft, build your reputation, and expand your reach is a step toward greater income. Becoming more valuable also means thinking differently. Stop seeing yourself as an employee or a small-time hustler and start seeing yourself as a brand. You are a solution. You are a product. You are a business. Whether you're working for someone else or running your own thing, your value in the marketplace is what determines how much money flows to you. And value is not static. It either grows or declines depending on your daily habits, your attitude, and your willingness to grow. Mindset plays a huge role here. Many people don't feel valuable because they've been conditioned to think they're not enough. Maybe they were told they're average. Maybe they failed before and started to believe that's all they're capable of. But that's not the truth. The truth is, everyone has the potential to become extremely valuable, but not everyone is willing to do the work. Becoming valuable means pushing past comfort. It means practicing when no one's watching. It means building something meaningful even when no one's clapping. You grow your value in the shadows long before the spotlight finds you. Another powerful way to increase your value is to find ways to serve others more deeply. Listen carefully to what people need. Pay attention to where people are frustrated, confused, or stuck, and figure out how to help. Service is the fastest route to income. If you can help someone save time, reduce stress, improve their life, or reach their goals faster, they will gladly pay for that. The more people you can help in a meaningful way, the more money will flow into your life. Don't make the mistake of chasing money directly. Money is not the target, it's the result. Focus on becoming the kind of person that attracts wealth by nature. This means being reliable, consistent, and excellent at what you do. It means keeping your word, exceeding expectations, and showing up with integrity. These traits build trust, and trust is currency in any field. The more people trust you, the more they'll refer you, support you, and pay you. It's also important to expand your capacity. You can't attract more if you can't handle more. Think of it this way: if you were given double your current income tomorrow, could you manage it? Could you deliver on your promises? Could you handle the pressure, the responsibility, the opportunities? Most people are not broke because of lack of opportunity. They're broke because of lack of preparation. If you want more, prepare for more. Upgrade your mindset, your systems, and your habits so that when more money comes, you're ready to multiply it, not lose it. Being valuable also requires resilience. You will face setbacks. You will be overlooked, underestimated, and even rejected. But that's part of the process. Value is built through resistance, not comfort. Every challenge you overcome sharpens your character and deepens your ability to serve others. Use the hard times as fuel. Let them push you to grow, not shrink. The most valuable people are not the ones who never fail. They're the ones who refuse to stay down. You also have to learn to communicate your value effectively. It's not enough to be good. You have to be visible. Market yourself. Share your message. Let people know how you can help them. Confidence in your value is not arrogance, it's service. If you know you can solve a problem or create a transformation, it's your responsibility to get that message in front of the right people. Don't hide your gift. Share it boldly. Finally, remember that value doesn't mean working yourself to exhaustion. You don't have to hustle 24/7 to prove your worth. True value is about working smart, not just hard. It's about leveraging your time, building systems, creating assets, and scaling your impact. It's about using your mind, not just your muscles. When you build value into what you do, whether it's a business, a product, or your own career path, money begins to flow to you more easily, more consistently, and more abundantly. So if you want to attract more money than you can spend, stop asking for a raise in income and start giving yourself a raise in value. Grow your skills, sharpen your focus, serve others, prepare for more, build trust, show up with excellence. And watch how money becomes the natural byproduct of the person you've become. Money chases value. Become so valuable that money can't ignore you. When you think about wealth, don't just think about cars, luxury homes, or expensive vacations. Real wealth, the kind that brings deep satisfaction, is about freedom. It's about being able to make choices based on purpose, passion, and peace of mind, rather than pressure, stress, and survival. When you have more money than you can spend, it's not about greed, it's about overflow. It's about creating space in your life to breathe, to think, to serve, and to give without worrying whether there's enough left for you. That's the real reason why you should aim to attract massive wealth. Not to show off, but to live fully. Too often, people associate wealth with selfishness. They think that wanting more money means you're greedy, materialistic, or shallow. But the truth is, money is neutral. It doesn't have a personality. It simply amplifies who you already are. If you're generous, money makes you more generous. If you're wise, money gives you the power to make wise decisions at a larger scale. If you're kind-hearted, wealth expands your ability to serve others in ways you never could before. So the real question is not, should I pursue wealth, but rather, who will I become when I have it? Living in overflow means you stop living paycheck to paycheck. You stop panicking every time an unexpected expense shows up. You no longer have to settle for less than what you deserve or want. Instead, you step into a life of intentionality. You can afford to make decisions that align with your values, not just your necessities. You can take care of your family, invest in your dreams, and give generously without fear of lack. You create a space where your potential is no longer capped by your bank balance. And that overflow doesn't just benefit you, it benefits everyone around you. When you're financially free, you become a light to others. You show them what's possible. You become the person who can support a friend in crisis, donate to causes that matter, or start a business that provides jobs and inspiration. Money gives you a voice and a platform to make a bigger difference. And the more you grow, the more others around you grow too. But let's be clear. This is not about accumulating more just for the sake of having more. Chasing money with no direction or purpose is a recipe for emptiness. That's why so many people who make it still feel lost. They were driven by fear or ego instead of a higher mission. Overflow is not about how much you can hoard. It's about how much value you can create and circulate. When money becomes a tool for freedom, impact, and legacy, it transforms from a selfish pursuit into a sacred one. To reach overflow, you have to go beyond survival thinking. Most people are trapped in survival mode. They're working jobs they hate, doing just enough to get by, and constantly stressing over how to make ends meet. Their decisions are reactive, not proactive. They don't plan ahead because they're too busy putting out fires in the present. In that mindset, you're not thinking about building wealth, you're thinking about avoiding disaster. But when you shift your thinking from survival to creation, your whole energy changes. You start asking better questions. How can I increase my income? How can I build something sustainable? How can I make money while I sleep? How can I multiply what I already have? These are the questions that lead to freedom. And freedom is the foundation of overflow. Overflow also requires responsibility. Money without responsibility is chaos. You must learn to manage what you already have if you want more. That means budgeting wisely, investing intelligently, and avoiding emotional decisions with your money. It means living below your means now so you can live far above them later. It means developing the discipline to delay gratification and build for the future, not just satisfy the moment. Financial overflow doesn't come from luck. It comes from alignment. When your mindset, your habits, your goals, and your actions are all pointed in the same direction, and that alignment starts internally, you must truly believe that you deserve overflow, not because you've suffered enough, not because you've worked harder than anyone else, but simply because you've decided to step into your full potential. Wealth responds to belief. It shows up when you declare that you're ready and prove it through action. And let's not forget the power of contribution. One of the greatest gifts of overflow is the ability to give without limitation. Think about what that means to support your family without hesitation, to donate to causes you believe in, to fund scholarships, build schools, support medical care, or simply help someone get back on their feet. Money allows you to say yes to the opportunities to serve that others have to decline because they're struggling themselves. Imagine walking into a room and being able to solve a major problem, not just with your ideas, but with your resources. That is real power. That is real wealth. It's not about being flashy. It's about being useful. It's about creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond your own life. This kind of life takes intention, it takes discipline. It takes a vision that's bigger than just you. But it also takes a decision, one that only you can make. The decision to stop settling, to stop surviving, to stop repeating the same money patterns that keep you stuck. You have to decide that your life is worth more than scraping by, that your future is worth building, that your dreams are worth investing in. And when you do, overflow starts to find its way to you. It won't happen overnight. Overflow is built one habit, one decision, and one mindset shift at a time. But it starts today. Start by imagining a life where your financial cup is not just full, but overflowing. Feel the peace, the clarity, the joy of having more than enough. Then let that vision guide your choices. How you work, how you think, how you spend your time, and how you treat your money. Money is not the enemy. Scarcity is. And the antidote to scarcity is not just hustle, it's purpose-driven wealth. It's creating more than you need, not so you can boast, but so you can bless. Because when you live in overflow, your life becomes about more than just your own comfort. It becomes about contribution, expansion, and legacy. So don't be afraid to want more. Don't let the world shame you for dreaming big. Your financial freedom can inspire others to pursue their own. Your overflow can create change far beyond what you can even see right now. And one day when you have more money than you can spend, you'll look back and realize it was never just about the money. It was about becoming the kind of person who could handle it, share it, and use it to change the world. If you want to attract more money than you can spend, you have to start acting like it's already yours. This doesn't mean pretending to be rich or buying things you can't afford. It means aligning your energy, habits, and mindset with the version of yourself who is already wealthy. You don't wait for money to show up before you respect it. You don't wait to hit a certain income level before you start managing your finances wisely. The truth is, how you treat money now determines how much more you can handle in the future. The biggest mistake people make is thinking that success comes first and then their habits will change. They believe that once they have more money, they'll finally start saving. Once they get a better job, they'll take their finances seriously. But it doesn't work that way. The habits you form when you have a little are the exact habits you carry with you when you have a lot. If you mismanage $1,000, you'll mismanage $100,000. If you're careless with your time and energy now, you won't suddenly become disciplined when your bank account grows. You don't grow into money. You grow, and then money comes to match who you've become. Acting like wealth is already yours is about energy first. It's about how you think, speak, and move through the world. Are you walking around constantly talking about how broke you are? Are you complaining about prices, doubting your abilities, or obsessing over every dollar? That's the energy of lack. It sends a signal to the universe, and more importantly, to your subconscious, that you expect scarcity. And the universe is always listening. The energy you put out is the energy that returns to you. So shift your focus. Speak differently. Choose words that reflect faith, not fear. Replace "I can't afford it" with "How can I afford it?" Replace "I'm broke" with "I'm building wealth." Replace "money is hard to come by" with "opportunities flow to me daily." These are not just affirmations, they are commands to your subconscious to start seeking abundance instead of avoiding it.
Your posture matters too. Walk with confidence. Hold your head high. Dress in a way that makes you feel powerful and successful, even if you're on a budget. This isn't about impressing other people. It's about impressing your own mind. When you carry yourself like someone who is winning, you start believing that you are, and belief is the foundation of transformation.
Respecting money also means managing it with care. If you want more money, you have to prove you can handle what you already have. This starts with budgeting, not from a place of restriction, but from a place of responsibility. Know where your money is going. Be intentional. Track your income, your expenses, your investments, and your debts. Don't ignore your financial life just because it feels uncomfortable. That discomfort is a signal that something needs your attention. Face it head on, and you take your power back. Build the habit of saving, even if it's a small amount. Get into the rhythm of setting money aside regularly. It doesn't matter if it's 10 or 100 $1. What matters is the consistency. Saving is not about the amount. It's about signaling to yourself that you are someone who takes care of your money. When you treat your money with respect, more of it starts showing up. Invest in your growth. Wealthy people are constantly investing in themselves, their knowledge, their network, and their future. Buy the book. Take the course. Hire the coach. Attend the event. Learn new skills. Expand your capacity. Every time you invest in yourself, you're raising your value in the marketplace. And remember, money follows value. The more valuable you become, the more people will pay you for your time, your knowledge, your service, and your leadership. Declutter your environment. Get rid of things that represent lack or scarcity. Clean your space. Organize your finances. Unsubscribe from toxic money beliefs and conversations. Make room physically, mentally, and emotionally for wealth to enter. If your mind and environment are filled with chaos, it's very difficult for abundance to find its way in. Order attracts opportunity. Discipline attracts growth. When you get your internal world in order, your external world begins to reflect it. Set financial goals as if money is already flowing. Don't make goals from desperation. Make them from vision. Imagine what your life looks like with financial freedom. Where are you living? What causes are you supporting? What kind of work are you doing? Who are you helping? The clearer your vision, the stronger your pull toward it. Don't just write down how much money you want. Write down why you want it. Give your wealth a purpose. And then move in alignment with that vision every day. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Start showing up now as the person who already has everything they desire. That version of you doesn't waste time. That version of you keeps their promises. That version of you shows up early, stays prepared, thinks long term, and never lets excuses outweigh action. Be mindful of who you spend time with. Surround yourself with people who think abundantly, talk about growth, and make money moves. If you're always around people who gossip, complain, or settle for less, it's going to drag your energy down. You rise by association. The people around you either feed your vision or feed your doubts. Choose your circle wisely. Practice gratitude. No matter where you are financially, there is something to be thankful for. Gratitude is a magnet for miracles. When you appreciate what you have, you invite more to be grateful for. Take time daily to reflect on the progress you're making. Celebrate small wins. Recognize your efforts. Acknowledge your growth. When you shift from not enough to already blessed, your energy becomes magnetic. And finally, trust the process. Acting like wealth is already yours is not about faking it. It's about faith. It's about becoming before receiving. You're not pretending, you're preparing. You're not being arrogant, you're being aligned. You're not rushing, you're rising. This is a journey, and every step matters. Some days will feel slow, some moments will test your belief. But if you keep walking with confidence, practicing gratitude, and staying consistent in your actions, the money will follow. Not because you begged for it, but because you became someone who naturally attracts it. Attracting more money than you can spend doesn't start with a lottery ticket or a magic shortcut. It starts with how you carry yourself, how you think, how you speak, how you manage, and how you show up. Wealth is not something you chase, it's something you grow into. And when you start acting like the person who's already there, everything around you starts moving in that direction. Your life begins to rise to the level of your belief, and your finances begin to match the person you've become. So act like it's already yours, because when you do, it's only a matter of time before it is. Every day, whether you realize it or not, you are creating your future. You are shaping your financial reality through your thoughts, your words, your habits, and your expectations. If you truly want to attract more money than you can spend, it's not enough to simply wish for it or dream about it. You have to prepare for it. That preparation starts in your mind and extends into your daily routines. Wealth doesn't just appear for people who hope. It finds its way to those who expect it, speak it, and build space for it long before it arrives. Affirmations are a powerful tool to reprogram your mind for wealth. The words you speak over your life influence your beliefs, and your beliefs drive your actions. When you say things like "money flows to me easily" or "I am a magnet for wealth," you're not lying to yourself, you're realigning yourself. These affirmations are declarations of what's possible. They rewire your subconscious, telling it a new story. Over time, the mind begins to accept those statements as truth. And once belief sets in, your behaviors shift to match your internal narrative. But affirmations alone are not enough. You must also expect wealth. There's a big difference between hope and expectation. Hope is passive. Expectation is powerful. Hope waits for the right moment. Expectation prepares for it. When you expect wealth, you walk differently. You take action with confidence. You make decisions with a long-term vision. You treat every opportunity as if it could lead to something big, because it can. Look at your life right now. Does it reflect someone who is expecting abundance? Or does it look like someone who's just getting by? If you expect money to flow into your life, your environment should reflect that belief. Your finances should be organized. Your goals should be written down. Your schedule should include time for growth. Your relationships should uplift you. Your habits should be preparing you to manage more than you currently have. If none of those things are happening, then it's time to stop hoping and start preparing. One of the best ways to prepare for wealth is to master your time. Money is a byproduct of how well you manage your most valuable asset, your time. People who attract abundance understand that how they use their day directly impacts how their future looks. Are you wasting hours scrolling on your phone, caught up in distractions, or doing things that add no value to your life? Or are you using that time to read, learn, create, and grow? Start replacing low-value activities with high-impact habits. Wake up earlier. Create a morning routine that centers your mind and sets your intention. Read books that challenge your thinking. Listen to podcasts that teach you about business, mindset, or investing. Write down your goals daily. Visualize your success as if it's already happening. This isn't just about motivation, it's about mental conditioning. You're training your mind to expect more, and in doing so, you're setting the stage for more to arrive. Another key to preparing for wealth is emotional maturity. You must learn to regulate your emotions, especially when it comes to money. If you panic every time something goes wrong or you give up when results don't come quickly, you're not ready for overflow. Wealth doesn't stay with those who react impulsively. It stays with those who stay grounded, focused, and steady, even under pressure. Train yourself to stay calm in uncertainty. Build emotional resilience. Learn to make decisions based on vision, not on how you feel in the moment. Financial literacy is also a crucial part of preparation. Start learning about how money works. Understand the difference between assets and liabilities. Learn how to budget, save, invest, and protect your income. Read about wealth-building strategies and money management techniques. Don't leave your financial future to chance. Educate yourself. The more you understand money, the more confident and capable you'll feel in handling it, and the universe responds to confidence. Create multiple streams of income. Don't rely on a single paycheck to build your dream life. Start thinking about how you can use your skills, knowledge, or passions to generate extra income. Maybe it's starting a side hustle, launching a digital product, or offering a service you're already good at. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to start. Money loves movement. The more you move, the more it flows. Declutter your mental space. Stop entertaining negative thoughts about wealth. Let go of guilt, fear, or limiting beliefs you may have picked up over the years. If you grew up hearing money is evil or rich people are greedy, it's time to challenge those beliefs. Those ideas don't serve you, they sabotage you. Wealth in the hands of a good person creates good outcomes. You can be wealthy and generous. You can be rich and kind. You can be abundant and humble. Stop letting old programming keep you poor. Visualization is another powerful tool. Every day, close your eyes and imagine the life you want. Feel the emotions of already living in that reality. Walk through your dream home in your mind. Picture your bank account with more than enough. Imagine yourself helping others, traveling freely, investing wisely, and living without stress. The more you see it, the more you start to believe it. And once you believe it, you'll naturally take the steps to create it. Surround yourself with people who think bigger. Energy is contagious. If you're always around people who complain about bills, dread Mondays, and scoff at ambition, it's going to be difficult to maintain an abundant mindset. Seek out communities, mentors, and friendships that inspire you. Engage with content that uplifts and challenges you. You are the average of the voices you listen to most, so choose them wisely. And most importantly, take aligned action. Don't just prepare mentally, move physically. Apply for the better job. Pitch the idea, start the project, post the content, make the call. Money doesn't come to those who only visualize, it comes to those who act. You have to meet abundance halfway. Show the universe that you're serious, that you're not just waiting, you're working, and that work backed by belief is unstoppable. Preparing for abundance means living with intention. Every thought, every decision, and every habit should reflect the future you want to create. You are not waiting to become wealthy, you are becoming wealthy now. And as you walk in that identity, you'll begin to attract everything you need. Opportunities will come, doors will open, resources will appear. Not because of luck, but because you were prepared. So speak abundance, expect success, plan like it's coming, live like it's already here. And soon enough, you'll look around and realize that you've become the kind of person who doesn't just make money. You attract more than you can spend. Not by force, but by alignment. Not by desperation, but by discipline. And not by accident, but by design.